feel like an intro, but this season 2 could have been done in one, but felt I needed to. The perfection of our conception projected through reflection that's connected is a blessing, and I needed to. Plus I need a few moments just to speak to you about these individuals whose mission to deceiving you, saying the achievable is just so unachievable, but that's only conceivable if you say and believe it's true. Protect the presence of essence with the aggression of a guard dog. Did you forget you was a god, y'all? Maybe you need someone believing you. Well, damn it, I believe in you. Not cause I'm expecting perception, I can see me in you. There's power in the questions and lessons is what I teach to you. Injecting my perspective suggested, no, I don't preach to you. Rejecting that you less than forever, know that you equal to. But this really for my people though, cause evil grows inside of the kind of minds that are ego drove. So engulfed inside of they ride, they cannot see the road. They criticize your drive, apply, they won't even go. Cause fear and faith is the only thing in comparison. One requires courage, the other desires evidence. How can what was ever determine what never been? Then again, the devil is ignorance mixed with arrogance. But we are the conscious collective. And CC, so I hope you get the message. But we are the conscious collective. Or CC, so I hope you get the message. Welcome. Yeah, that feel good right there, but welcome. Thank you, thank you. You are too kind. You are what they call too kind. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your guy Q. I'm your brother Q. I'm your host Q, doing our thing here in season 2. Because I do it for the kids. What's going on with y'all, man? Today, so first, what's going on with y'all? Y'all good? Everybody good? You listening? All right, you good, you good. Today is an episode. Today is an impromptu episode. This is going to be about my hero, my big cousin Donnie. Today is actually his birthday. He deserves all that. Yeah, give it to him. Give him some more. He deserves all of that. Do y'all see how I talk? Y'all see how some people say I'm arrogant. I don't think I'm arrogant. I do think I have firm belief in myself. Second belief in is you, just as a person, because I see what I am. I see what I'm of. And I think I'm amazing and I ain't shit. That's how I look. That's how I look at it. Like, I ain't shit. All the mistakes and shit I made. Y'all hear the story time with Q. Y'all hear what I talk about. I don't look at myself as I'm something greater than anything. No. But even with me being who I am and how amazing I am just from being myself, I can just imagine how amazing you are. But when y'all hear me talk, all this intellect, if y'all listen to certain episodes like Bonding or Reacting from season 2, Sympathy for the Devil, I start showing you and telling you about all this information I have. Information is just information. You heard the name of the show, right? There's power in the question. Information is just information. They're reflections of each other, but I hope y'all already caught that. So the reason I get this yearn for knowledge because of my big cousin Donnie, my role model, my hero, is because of him. And I appreciate him so much. I appreciate him more than I could ever explain to him. And I appreciate him more than I ever showed. So if you guys listen to the episode, which was an emotional episode for me, I think it was Importance of a Role Model. That's in season 2 also. It's a similar episode where I'm doing the episode talking about my nephew, King, my first nephew. And he was like, you know, my cub, my son. I tried to look out for him. I'm only 6 years older than him, which is definitely a story within itself. But I took on that responsibility of being everything I could be for my nephew because of what Donnie did for me. And it's not like it was consistent. Donnie was not around all the time, just like I wasn't around for my nephew all the time. But if you listen to the episode for Importance of a Role Model, that's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my nephew, but Donnie's input, Donnie's imprint, Donnie's impact on my life. I couldn't even talk about my nephew without talking about Donnie. Donnie was, you know how people have heroes? Somebody may look up to some celebrity, if you will, and say, that's my role model. That's my hero. That's who I look to and say, man, they're amazing. I wish I can be like them. I follow their trends. Donnie was that for me. Donnie was my superhero. Donnie was my celebrity. Donnie was my role model. Donnie was everything. I told you guys I won a first place essay talking about this black motherfucker. His black ass. But I love that nigga, man. And today is his birthday. I actually had a plan to do the Donnie episode. My plan was I was going to write down some stuff, some different topics and things like that, and then do the episode about him. But one thing I learned, you don't know about tomorrow. You can't say that somebody you love and care for, admire, they're just going to be here tomorrow. You don't know that. And just like the sayings and things that I come up with, just like I tell you guys, all you have is today. What if I wait till tomorrow and Donnie's not here to hear this episode? I would be devastated. And sometimes I think we have to look at it that way as people, with people we love, people we care about, try to show it more. But I decided today's his birthday, so I'm going to do his episode today. And where can I start? So how about this? We can make this like a story time with Q. So it's not going to be a story time with Q. I actually figured out the next story I'm going to tell y'all guys. So I figured out the next story I'm going to tell y'all. The next story is going to be another story where I snitch on myself. Oh, it was crazy. Whole family fight. It was a whole family fight. And you know what's crazy? That wasn't our first family fight. We had multiple family fights. Y'all thought I was violent? Y'all didn't think I got it? you ain't think I got it from somewhere? Oh yeah, violent. Oh, my mama. Oh, Eminem playing. Ask her again. You tell her the same. My mama. Oh. Oh, I got it honest. I can tell you that. I got it honest. So I'm gonna tell that story in story time with Q. You know, it's more upbeat. This episode I kind of want to do an upbeat too, but this is honoring Donnie. You know, my hero, my role model, my big cousin who I thought was my big brother for so long. I'm gonna try to do this episode. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take off my do-rag. Main reason I'm taking off my do-rag, because Donnie he's the pinnacle. He's the idea we had in our family of what a man is. Because Donnie just so happened to be the oldest of my generation, because I'm in Donnie's generation of our family. So Donnie is the eldest. I'm literally the youngest. Reflections. But that's a whole nother thing if y'all listen to the show and y'all hear. So most of the men in our family are dead or gone. So they gone one way or another. Either they dead or they gone. I just found out my grandfather had a fight with George Foreman. I think he lost. If I had to think about it, I think he lost, because George Foreman was undefeated, I think, before he fought Muhammad Ali. So if my great granddaddy fought him, he probably lost. I think he put up a good fight. I ain't see the fight. You ain't see the fight. I ain't gonna tell you his name because y'all ain't finna be in my personal business like that. But anyway, so I didn't see the fight. Y'all didn't see the fight. It could have been a good fight. The judges could have cheated my great granddaddy. You don't know. You don't know my great granddaddy. Man, you don't see that? Well, I fought for law. I'm nice with these. And that was just me bullshitting. I'm nice with these. So I get it from my great granddaddy because he fought George Foreman. But of our family, you know, I digress. You know, if y'all here, y'all already know. So for our family, the men are gone. They were gone. For our generation, the men are gone. It's ridiculous. But Donnie was like the last man. And Donnie was really a boy. That's the thing that people really forget. Donnie is such a amazing individual. He's a caring person. His capacity for love, his capacity to give love, his capacity to take love is damaged. And I think we both share that. And I used to talk to Donnie. When I used to work at my other job, when I used to run the loan company, I used to talk to Donnie. And Donnie don't know this about me. Donnie don't know the way I see things. Donnie doesn't know how I can break down an individual and see certain things like that. The crazy shit I talk about for my whole show. But talking to Donnie, I can see the damages. I don't know why. Because Donnie is so stoic. Donnie is the nicest person in the world, the kindest person in the world, but he won't let you see his true pain. He keeps it buried. And I know things he don't know I know. Remember, I idolized Donnie. Everything he did, I watched every integral part of who Donnie was. And I watched how Donnie is a kid. Donnie is a boy in this situation. But because he's the male there, because he's the representation of man, and he had me, my cousin Greg, and all of us coming behind him to look to, he chose to take on that responsibility. I'm going to give them something to look to. And I told you guys, if you listen to the other episode with about my nephew, the importance of a role model, I talk about it. Donnie could have sold drugs. Donnie could have been out here hustling. We ain't going to talk about the families and how our family is. But anyway, so Donnie could have did that. We were both poor. I'm not mispronouncing a word. I'm telling you, we couldn't afford the rest of it. It was P.O. is all we had. We was poor. And instead of Donnie just taking that easy, quick way, get that quick money, I asked him about it. I talked to him about it during that time when I used to talk to him all the time. And he was telling me that he knew we were coming behind him. So he wanted to give us something to look to where if we saw him doing that, it didn't make us think, oh, it's okay to do. He wanted to give us that positive outlook. I saw that in Donnie, and to listen to him talk, and this was just not too long ago, these few years ago when he told me this, it just reaffirmed how amazing Donnie is to me. Because I'm like, not only did you do it, you knew exactly what you were doing. You sacrificed for us simply because you didn't want us to have that negative view, at least just from you. You didn't tell everybody on the block or everybody in our neighborhood or even everybody in our family they must stop selling drugs, or they must stop hustling, or they must stop doing something illegal because it's some boys watching y'all. He just said, no, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna be the guy that go to college and show y'all you can go to college. I'm gonna be the guy that got a job. We used to think Donnie was rich. I'm tell you the truth. We were so poor coming up. When Donnie broke away from us and Donnie wasn't living with us anymore, and Donnie moved on, like he moved with grandma, right? So Donnie moved with grandma for a little while. I always want to kick it with Donnie. Then I get to go to grandma's house. This is a blend. Donnie wasn't there when I burned grandma's house down. Just in case you was wondering, like, man, was that the same grandma's house, the house you burned down? Yeah, it was the same. It was the same. It was the same. It was the same place. But I ain't burnt it down yet. And this is after I burnt it down. So don't be silly. Anyway, so Donnie had a job. When you come up off $500 a month, coming up off public assistance, you only got $500 a month. I still remember that check, and they got to last you the whole month. In this time, wouldn't work. Hey, we had to do something else. So Donnie showed, hey, I got a job, man. Man, these dudes out here hustling, flossing, Donnie, they got all the chicks and boom. I got a job. I go to school. Whenever I go over grandma's house, before and after I burnt it down, but whenever I go over grandma's house, Monday through Friday, if I'm there on a Monday through Friday and it's not just a weekend, Donnie get up at 6 a.m., come back 10 p.m., 5 days a week. This is what I witnessed. This is what I was able to perceive. Donnie got his ass up. 6 a.m., he was leaving out. I ain't see him again to 10 p.m., 5 days a week, and not once did I hear him complain. Now, mind you, got to remember I'm a little kid and I idolize Donnie. So I'm just, Donnie. Donnie come in, Donnie. Everything is Donnie. That's how I was looking at it. It's, you know how dogs be. Not to compare myself to an animal, but I think we are animals, to be real. So, but you know how happy dogs be sometimes. You see the video, even if you never had a dog, but you can see videos when tail get the wagging and everything like that. That's how I used to be. Imagine how you'll feel with some big head little boy that's not your son running up on you, and you've been gone since 6 a.m. and you're finally getting back in the rest at 10 p.m. because you got to get up and do it again tomorrow. How cranky you think you'll be? That wasn't Donnie. Donnie understood how much just him being around me meant to me as a kid. Now, I didn't grow up with my father, so I didn't have that. You know how some kids, they idolize their father. I didn't have that. I had Donnie. Donnie. He played with me a little bit, watch stuff. Man, I used to steal Donnie quarters. Look. So look, when Donnie was living with grandma, because Donnie was big on saving. That was his thing. Donnie always telling you got to save your money. He tell us about IRAs and Roths and all that stuff. He came up, I'm a little kid knowing about saving. And I'm like, dude, we only get $500 a month. What the fuck I'ma save, Donnie? Come on, let's be real. I get what you was doing. I get it. It helps me now as an adult, but then, dude, we had $500 a month. You know how many of us it was. It was 3 of us, Nate, and 2 of them had churn. Donnie, come on now. Let's be real. What are we saving? What did you think we was gonna save? Who did they come to try to borrow stuff from? Come on now, let's not be silly. So anyway, I used to steal Donnie quarters. So Donnie rich. That's how I saw it. I'm a kid. I'm like, Donnie rich. So since Donnie rich, he don't need these quarters. So Donnie used to save his money. He saved his money in accounts and stuff like that, but he would also save cash. Now I'm gonna tell this story, Donnie, because you told it to me. You know, I still it's not a crazy story. It's just nobody knows about it, but you told me about it, so I'm gonna say it. So Donnie told me that he used to not only save them quarters I used to steal, he used to save hundreds. He said back then when the big face hundreds first came out, Donnie said he just wanted a bunch of them. Now, man, we are poor. Donnie got wads of hundreds. Like he's selling drugs. It looked like he doing drug dealer stuff, but he not. He going to work in school. Donnie was good people. What if Donnie was actually low-key a drug dealer and just lied to me this whole time? So I mean, I work for the phone company. Get your ass out of here. You pushing weight. I'll just fuck with you, lady. So he used to say hundreds, and then my grandma go up there because he's put in grandma's attic. So grandma go up to the attic and find the hundreds. Boy, oh, I love my grandma. I might do an episode about my grandma, but I'll fuck around and cry that whole episode. I do one about my grandma. But she find it. He give her a few. You know, she ain't asked for nothing. You know, it's grandma. Grandma was suave. My grandma was suave, man. And he gave her a few or whatever, but she found his hundreds. He said he moved it after that. Not saying grandma would have stole it, but he think he should have found another hiding space. So besides saving that, Donnie used to save quarters, like only quarters. He would save other change, but he had other little jars for like, I don't know if he separated them pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. I don't think he was that ridiculous with the savings, but I know he saved other coins, but it used to be these big water bottles. You know, the big water bottles when you get water, when you have water delivered and you flip that in the little jug thing. So Donnie had that. I never knew what the fuck it was till I got grown and went to an office. And I was like, oh, that's the shit Donnie used to say quarters in. Told y'all I was poor. So anyway, so he used to have that, and that's what he used to fill up with quarters. He used to save enough to fill that big ass jug with quarters. What the fuck he gonna do with all them quarters? I'm young. This is around time Chris punched me in the mouth. Now when you think about it, if y'all believe in karma and shit like that, so think about it. If you go to season 1, My Last Bully, and the end of the episode is about this might make right, but it's mainly My Last Bully. It's like a story time with Q from season 1. So if you go back to that and you listen to the story where Chris punched me in my mouth all them times for $1 that wasn't his. So he's punching me in my mouth to give him $1 that was never his in the first place. My grandma used to give me $5 a day for school. So he used to take my $5 every day. So one day he didn't come to school. I'm telling y'all an abridged version of the story. I think if you go listen to it, you'll love it. But this season 2, so I just tell you a abridged version. So Chris don't come to school one day, and I never had those school cookies. School cookies used to be $3 for $1. I got my same order: 2 peanut butter, 1 chocolate chip, and get you a chocolate milk. But this day I was so lucky. Not only did I get it, I had 2 chocolate milks and didn't even have to pay for it. Somebody gave me their chocolate milk. Now I know you're probably thinking like, why you emphasizing on your chocolate milk? If y'all came up in my era, do you know how valuable chocolate milk was? Chocolate milk was currency. That's what it was when I was coming up. Chocolate milk was currency. And somebody gave me one of those. What I hypothesize is Chris wasn't just bullying me. What I hypothesize is Chris was bullying a bunch of people because he was very good at bullying. Oh, he was good. He used to come up with shit. He used to wear his book bag under his coat. Oh, Chris was very, what'd you call that? Forward thinking. That's what Chris was. So I think because he wasn't there bullying, it just seemed like the school was like, you know, like the lights was brighter because Chris went there. It was crazy. So he don't come to school. So I get the 3 cookies, 2 peanut butter, 1 chocolate chip. I told Donnie this story. Before I think Donnie was the second person in my life I told this story to. And this was a few years ago because I didn't really talk about it, but I walked around with it. But I had to tell Donnie. I had to tell Donnie I told Donnie because one day I thought I saw the dude Chris that punched me in the mouth when I was a kid, and I was like 14, and I took off running. We think of it like this. So I'm standing next to Donnie. We walking out of grandma's house, and he just talking, talking his Donnie shit. Yeah, you saving, you getting your life together, you can't, hey, don't fall for these skeezers. You know what I'm saying? You find you a nice woman. He talking all his Donnie shit. So imagine a motherfucker just talking to you. You like, yeah, like I said. I don't know. You gotta think of it like this. I left Donnie the fuck back there because I thought I saw Chris. I thought I saw him, and I was look. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, don't judge me. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Don't judge me. Okay, we family. We the conscious collective. If we here, we family. And if you're a newcomer, welcome. Get caught up. Trust me. Amazing show. This is the part of the show I'm just bantering, but it's low key to still same story because it's about my big cousin Donnie, my role model. Love you, Donnie. So back to what happened. So I take off running because I had this plan. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what Chris did if you haven't already heard the episode after I say this. My plan when I caught him thinking that he was Chris just years later, because this happened when I was 6. Yeah, and I'm 14 now when I thought I saw him. And I was very violent. So when I got to him, I already had the plan. The plan was to beat him in his face, get him to the ground, and beat him in his face till my hands start hitting concrete. That's how much that incident affected me. That's how much it changed me from being that little boy that just wanted to be everybody's friend, because I learned it from watching Donnie. And that's the little boy that Chris punched in the face repeatedly for $1 that was never his. So back to the story. So I think Chris was a excellent bully and if he the bullier, he had a lot of bullies. And when his bullies weren't getting bullied either, they was nice. It just felt good. I didn't even know I was being bullied, but that's a whole nother thing. If you listen to the episode, you'll hear. So I buy the cookies, 2 peanut butter, 1 chocolate chip, got my milk, chocolate milk. I had 3 milks. I got my milk. Somebody's like, man, I'll give you my chocolate milk. Just before I even bought them, because they used to sit in these little refrigerator things and you just grab them. So before I was finna grab, because you get your milk for free with the little card. You get your milk for free. I got free lunch. We was poor. What you thought he was gonna make me pay for it? I was here for the food. I wasn't here for the education. I was there for the food. I was trying to eat. I was hungry. Anyway, so somebody in line tell me they gonna give me their chocolate milk. I'm like, bet. So now I get my milk plus a chocolate milk. Because I like the vanilla milk, if you will, or the white milk with the chocolate chip cookies. I like that. Peanut butter cookies can do either or. But when you hit that chocolate chip cookie with the vanilla milk, it hit good. So I was going to have to sacrifice and not get the best hit and just get 1 chocolate milk. I was going to get both, or give me the light and the dark, but I was going to pay for the dark. Homie, give me his chocolate milk. Bow, we good. I get over there to the table. Somebody else is like, man, you want my chocolate milk? Man, right here. Give me that. So I get this chocolate milk, and it was the best day. Come outside, hit around the corner, Chris walk up. Chris was absent. Why are you at school and you was absent today? Chris walk up. Chris used to put his book bag under his coat. So Chris walked up to me with 2 8th graders behind him. Now you got to remember, I'm 6 years old. 8th graders look like giants to me at this time. So anyway, they come out. Long story short, Chris say, well, my $5. I pulled out the $4 I had, gave it to him, and was about to walk away. Somebody put their hands on my chest. Okay, I want you to understand this. I'm 6 years old. He has 2 8th graders behind him. He's also probably 6, 7. He was more advanced than us, is what I'm saying. As I give him the money, didn't even question it. Like, hey, this ain't your money. My grandma gave me this money. No, I didn't, because I was so used to giving them the $5. So today I give him 4 because that's all I got. I got the cookies, 2 peanut butter, 1 chocolate chip. So as I'm finna leave, homie put his hand on my chest. Like I can't go. And this motherfucker counted the money. Do you understand? Look. This little nigga counted the money like it was his, like he was the bank. And we was doing an exchange. No, nigga, you was bullying me. Motherfucker counted. He said, hey, man, what my other $1? So I look at him. I tell him, oh, shit, I had got some cookies. You weren't at school today, so I just got me some cookies. He said, hey, man, where my other $1? Now, mind you, I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I'm not the brightest apple in the bushel. But I know damn well if you got $5, you buy 3 cookies. We both know how much these cookies cost. You buy 3 cookies with the $5 you had. I swear to God, you're gonna walk away with $4. I swear to God, you're gonna walk away with $4. So what the fuck do you want me to tell him about this other $1? It's gone. I bought the cookies. You ain't hear me? So I'm turning around like because I don't know what else to tell him. Like I just told him, I'm like, dude, I bought that motherfucker call off, hit me in my mouth. Blah! He was wearing gloves. Swear for Lord, this little nigga had on gloves. It wasn't even cold outside. Why you got on gloves in this nice out? It was like probably spring break or something when this happened. But either it was summer or spring break, because I know we was about to be gone for a little while. That's why I couldn't get him the next day. And he hit me in my mouth, and he had never hit me before. This was my first time, because I didn't even know I was being bullied. I thought he was my friend. See how I looked at the world? I want to be everybody's friend because I learned it from watching Donnie. So he didn't punch me in my mouth. And now I got questions. You know, I tell you, it's power in the question. I got questions. What the fuck I do to him? And then he's asking me, where's my other $1? I'm not even replying. I'm just standing there because I'm in shock. He hits me again. Bah! He does this repeatedly. Now, mind you, I used to be the nicest, sweetest kid in the world. You couldn't believe how nice I was. And if y'all remember the bonus episode from season 1 with the anger management, my good thoughts. All I really had was some good thoughts. So check out that episode. That's a very funny episode, fun episode in my opinion. I love listening to it. So anyway, he keeps hitting me. Well, and he's repeating it. Where's my other $1? I don't know. Where's my other $1? So when I thought I saw him with Donnie when I was 14, and I say when I got to him, I was gonna beat. I'm gonna tell y'all this one last time. I ain't gonna bring it back up again because I get a little upset. My entire plan. This wasn't I didn't think, oh, what am I gonna do when I see him? I had it planned. I was going to beat him to the point where he got to the ground, and I was going to consistently punch him in his face until my hands started hitting concrete. So I took it very deeply. I took it very seriously. I didn't appreciate that assault. That's how Donnie found out about that story. And the reason I'm bringing this up in the Donnie story is, what if that's the karma? What if because I used to steal Donnie quarters. Oh, Donnie had that big tub. He ain't gonna use all these quarters. And you go to the game room. Games used to be a quarter. I don't know, like now, whatever time you live in right now, if you're listening to this, they used to have games back in my day. These big machines, you put a quarter in and you boop, boop. They Street Fighter 3, new generation. That was my game. My nickname was Ryu. I was fire with that. But I was post, so it was tough to get up there. But if you play people, you get a quarter and you can win, you can stay on the game. What you think I did? I won. So I find Donnie quarters because one day I was in there. When Donnie be gone, oh, I'm all through that motherfucker. I'm looking for all type of shit. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for it. This the mindset that burned down my grandma's house when I was 3. So I'm looking for shit. And I forget, he had that shit tucked off. I think he had some laundry bags in front of it. And you hear that shit? That shit heavy. I moved the laundry bags. What? Trying to bring the bag out, right? I said, this nigga got money. I start leaning. Because, you know, I'm small. So I'm leaning the tub. I'm leaning the water bottle full of quarters toward me so I get some of these quarters out. Because the hole is like that big. You can't put even my little hand couldn't fit. So I pull it toward me. I'm taking these quarters. And I used to go to school. And what if, because I did that, I put that, I guess, energy in the ethosphere or the ether. And it needed a reflection to exist, which would be karma. And because I was stealing the money that wasn't mine, I was punished by someone who was stealing my money that wasn't theirs, but reacted to me in a way to say that it was. And that shit was crazy because Donnie had said, man, I wonder why the fuck did you just take off running? So that's how it wraps up to the Chris thing, because we was standing there, we just talking. I think we about to go play basketball over there. I ain't gonna say the street. I was about to say the street. I remember the park and everything. And we went over there to play basketball, and that's what we was on our way to. So the way I ran was actually the way Donnie was coming. And I ran a number of blocks. Like, he had to get away. I looked for him. I thought I saw Chris. I looked for him. Yeah, and that wasn't it. That wasn't all I did when Donnie was living with Grandma and I used to come visit. Because I live with Grandma a little bit too. But it's a story I never told y'all that's kind of sad. So I don't know if I'm going to tell that one. So not only did I take Donnie quarters, Donnie used to tell me to stay out of his room, right? He didn't just start with it. I fucked up. I told you I found his quarters. I'm going to tell y'all what else I found too. Y'all know. Y'all probably know. Nasty self. Anyway, so Donnie used to have a Sega Genesis. And Donnie used to have Sonic on it. I used to love playing Sonic. And he had NBA Live. That's what Donnie had. Those are the 2 games I played. I think he probably had another game, but I didn't give a fuck about it. It was stupid shit. It was like golf. It was like, why the fuck are you playing golf, Donnie? This is not even a good game. But that's just my opinion. So I would go in there fucking up shit, looking for shit. Because that's what I did. I look for shit. I'm adventurous. I'm inquisitive. That's who I am. So even as a kid, I was like that. So I don't know what I fucked up. I know I fucked up something. And Donnie was like, nah, as your punishment, you can't go in my room when I'm gone. And then he even had Grandma on my heels. And don't let him in my room. Well, I put these motherfucking brown, beautiful eyes on Grandma. Grandma, can I just go in dining room? I'm not going to do nothing. What? You think I was going to be out that room, Daddy? No, I was in that room. You know I was in that room. I just been there playing the Sega and shit. I'll say, hey, stop leaving my game out when you mess it up. Nigga, I am a child. I ain't paying attention. Nigga, when I get done playing, I'm done with this. I'm on to some new shit. You think I got time to put it up and all that? No, hell no. I am a child. And I was very inquisitive. So Donnie told me stay out his room, right? So one of these times, I'm going on my little adventure. I find not just quarters, because he hid the quarters. I don't know where the fuck the quarters was. I found them again. He put them behind a bush, but where he had it between the bush and the closet, I could not find that shit to save my life. So anyway, I find the stash. You know them videos? So it's going on YouTube, so I don't know if I should say the word. I'm going to try to be less vulgar than I am on the audio. No, I ain't that vulgar. No, trust me. It's a good show. Good show. Good, clean show. So I find the videos. Let's just say that. I find the X-video. What's there? They had the pictures. I'm like, this look like details. Pop that John in. I'm not for Philly, but I like saying John. So I pop that John in. They get, I said, things have changed. Things have changed. It was under his bed, and he had it like put in a certain way where you can tell he knew exactly. Because Donnie used to have 1,000 CDs, and all of them were in alphabetical order. You see how meticulous he is? So he had the X-videos under the bed, but he had them like all positioned like a puzzle. And he thought only he would pay attention to the combination. Nigga, what? Who you think I am? Look, my brain has been ridiculous. I already seen what he did. I said, oh, he put these videos here. So when I put the videos back, I made sure I put them back in the exact order. When you finally caught me that time, Donnie, and I'm going to tell you, when you finally caught me that time, that was because Grandma came in. Grandma came in and she had took me. I forgot where we went, but she had took me. So I didn't have time to go back and fix. That's how you figured out that I was in that stash. I was in that stash a lot longer before you figured out that I was in that stash. I just want you to know that. So one day I go under there, get video. Grandma come in too fast. So Grandma takes me. She takes me somewhere. Now I know I didn't put that stuff back like I needed to. I had to throw it under the bed because Grandma was coming. I had to throw in these VHSs. Remember this. Remember the time that we had. These are VHSs. Big ass cassette tapes. Imagine that. You throwing them big mouth. I knew the fuck. So anyway, so she takes me. And I'm like, man, you know, the boxes and everything, they're not going to be there. Like, hopefully we get back before Donnie get back. Donnie leave at 6 a.m. Come back in at 10 p.m. Either Donnie came back early or we was out long time. I don't know what fuck Grandma took me. And I knew he knew. But Donnie being Donnie, Donnie don't come off mean to you. Donnie always going to leave with love. Even when he scolds you and let you know how you need to get your shit together, he does it with love. One thing I admire about Donnie. Donnie's strength with that. So I know Donnie knows, but he doesn't holler at me. And that's not out of character for Donnie because that's who Donnie is. So I'm like, I know he knows, but he's not hollering at me. He just regular kick it with me. Now I'm a little nervous. Donnie. I'm like, Donnie? Like, I don't know what's going on. So, okay. Boom. I think I leave that next day. I think my mama came and got me. Well, grandma took me to my mama. We ain't had no car. So I come back over there. I get to go back and spend another weekend grandma's house with Donnie. This particular day, Donnie is real friendly. Like, Donnie being real nice to me. Extra nice. Donnie has always been nice to me. Like, Donnie had cable. Like, this Cartoon Network had just recently come out. This is how old I am. But Cartoon Network had recently come out. Now, I don't have cable back where I live, but you hear kids talking about Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls. I thought they were saying Power Pump Girls, and I was like, I definitely want to see this cartoon. So they was talking about that. They was talking about, I think, Doug, Rugrats. So I couldn't see these shows. I didn't have Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network was the stuff. Like, hands down was the stuff. Nothing was touching Cartoon Network. And I used to have to wait to Saturdays to see cartoons. I know when Donnie get in, whatever Donnie want to watch is what we finna watch. We probably finna watch the same movies. We probably finna watch a game or wrestling. Like, Donnie didn't have a lot of stuff. Donnie used to read. Donnie, the reason I started reading the Da Vinci Code as a kid, he had it. And I was there, on my adventure. Donnie gone, fuck, I'm looking for stuff to do. So Donnie gone, and I found the Da Vinci Code, and I was reading it. Just reading it. He had this other book about somebody describing what it was like when they went to hell. And I thought that shit was crazy. Then I had a dream I went to hell years later, but that's a whole nother story time. Or it might be a thing when I do my dreams, but neither here nor there. So Donnie being real extra nice. Let me watch the cartoons that I want to watch. All day. These last few hours of shit. All the shit I want to watch. What you want to eat? We ordered, I forgot the name of that restaurant. Donnie, you know it, the one on Ashland, right around grandma's house. Remember, you used to go there, then they got a bigger location, and they used to serve pizza too, and they used to be open real late. So Donnie got the pizza. Like, I'm like, man, I want some of that pizza. Donnie go order the pizza, get the pizza. Man, I'm like, Donnie is being super nice. I'm just like, this is why I just love Donnie. Like, Donnie's just the best. So I used to always ask Donnie, can I sleep in the bed with you? No, you can't sleep in the bed with me. Donnie, come on. Like, I'm a little boy. It's just sweet, Just want to sleep in bed with the person I admire. So, Donnie, got to sleep in the bed with you? No, boy. Get your ass on the floor. Like, you'd be lucky if he let me sleep on the floor in his room. Because I can go to the guest bedroom. The one my mama was in when I burned down my grandma's house when I was 3. Go listen to the episode. So anyway, Donnie said, you want to sleep in the bed with me? What? He's like, yeah, you can sleep in the bed with me. Oh my God, I'm in there. Just happy to be around my big cousin. At the time still, I thought he was my big brother. My big brother, Donnie, the person I admire most in the entire world. He's my superhero. He's my celebrity. Donnie let me sleep in the bed with him. And I ain't never been so, you know how you get comfortable? That was the longest get comfortable I could not be comfortable. I was in Donnie bed. I could not be comfortable. Now this gonna sound crazy. It's fucked up. This is fucked up. So what happened was, the reason I came back over to grandma's house, I had got circumcised. Yeah, they did it to me. Now I'm like 11. Was I 11? Yeah, I was 11. So remember, I told you it was a gap with me coming to grandma's house. There was some stuff that happened. So the next time I go to grandma's house, when he's there, because I've been over there a few times in between, just Donnie's gone. And he started spending nights out and stuff like that. I was hating. I think he had a girlfriend. I was hating. Why Donnie ain't here? Goddamn it, I came over here for Donnie. I love you, grandma, but Donnie. So I get circumcised, and my mama's so emotional. She was like, I can't see my baby like this. Like she was going through. I'm glad she did it, because I had a great time at grandma's house. So this is one of another times where I get to live with grandma. It's me and my nephew, my oldest nephew. My mom was so emotional, she couldn't handle me going through that, because you get the little clip and you got the little medical stuff, and you just got a surgery around you, your little man's. You feel me? So naturally there's blood and things like that. So my grandma, being my grandma, the amazing woman that she was, she decides I'll take care of him during this time, because she knew her daughter, my mother, couldn't handle it. My mama so damn emotional. Then my sister took advantage of it too. Quinn she just wanted to go kick. She like, I can't do it with him either. So we started to take these baths. And it's just like warm water and I think peroxide, and you just sit there and you meat in the water and then stuff float. It was disgusting, right? I'm gonna just call it the clipping. So there was some rules after the clipping. Rule number 1, don't let anything like get on it, like outside bacteria and stuff like that. Keep it covered for a certain amount of time, and then after that you do some other stuff, nasty stuff. So keep it clean, basically. Keep stuff out of it and around it, keep it clean. Rule 2, don't use soap with fragrance in it. Like you couldn't use soap. That's why you had to soak in the warm water with the peroxide. Anything with dye or fragrance in it, because it would sting and it would burn, very much so. Oh, and rule 3, no erections. You cannot get an erection after the circumcision, right after the circumcision, for a certain amount of time, because the pain would be excruciating. The pain would be very tough to deal with. I heard my grandma tell Donnie these rules. I heard when my grandma told him. I was there. I was there when she told him. You know, I'm different. I'm walking different. I'm hunchback. You know, I'm 11. And when this happens to me. And I noticed this look in Donnie's eyes. Donnie was like, I was like, what the fuck Donnie doing? So Donnie let me sleep in the bed with him. Mind you, I'm too damn old to still be going, Donnie, but let me sleep in the bed with him. Cool. We get the pizza. Cool. Everything I want. And Donnie used to drink Mystics. I never liked Mystics except when Donnie got them. Like, you know how somebody has some and they give you some? I don't know what flavor of Mystic Donnie got, but whenever it was Donnie Mystic, it was the greatest Mystic ever. I bought Mystics by myself and never was, I don't even like them shit. I was like, it's a waste of an extra quarter. It was an extra quarter to get a Mystic. Get the fuck out of here. But when Donnie had a Mystic, motherfucker was banging. So I'm like, fed, full, get to sleep in Donnie bed. I can't get more comfortable. Donnie pop in, which I think is about to be one of the Michael Jordan, because Donnie had the above the rim Michael Jordan stuff. So you got that. He had the Jerry Springer stuff. He had Nutty Professor. We used to watch Nutty Professor a lot. And if y'all heard the story about my anger was managed, I used a Nutty Professor scene. You see how I came up with that was pretty, but neither nor there. Good episode though. Check it out. So Donnie grabbed a VHS and he pop it in. I'm like, oh, we finna watch something. Finna watch something good. Top off this great night. I remember him making sure grandma was asleep. I ain't never seen him make sure grandma was asleep before. He told her good night, but he ain't never go make sure she was asleep. But you know, I'm just happy. Just laying in the bed. Donnie pushed play, walk out and locked me in the room. It was an X-video, y'all. Had a good scene. You talk about scream. Ah! This how silly I am. I'm screaming. Cause you know the X videos is on. I'm a little 11-year-old boy full of testosterone. I was mannish. Y'all don't understand this? Y'all know the stuff I was doing up until that point. I knew more about it than when I grabbed them VHSs from under Donnie's bed. I knew a lot more about it. So why I'm not like closing my eyes or not watching it? Like why I'm not doing that? Cause I'm watching it. I'm like, I can't stop watching, which is causing my little man to stand up even harder, which is putting me in more pain. I was in a cycle of pain for I don't know how long. And Donnie did this to me. Motherfuckers, I'm gonna get you back. You talking about petty? Who petty? Your ass petty, Donnie. You did not have to pay me back. But he got me, man. I'm gonna tell this. Okay, Donnie. Remember fellas night? Look, and before you feel any way, know I love you. You understand me, Donnie? I love you. You are my hero. You understand me? I know who you was to me. I got your back no matter what. You understand me? So one time, I had this fellas night because I ain't really grow up with my family, so I was trying to create an environment where we come together. Like, let me at least try to talk to the men, because we didn't come up with men like that. The younger generation, they got a bunch of guys. And I learned this from RIE, my brother Sosa and Jay. They put me in this group chat. And that was my first time, like, with the little friend dynamic. I didn't come up like that. So I came up a little Well, you didn't have friends, you had guys, or you had your, you know what I'm talking about? You had your, you feel me? Anyway, I wanted to try to do that with them. So I created the group chat like, man, just talk about random stuff. I looked at it like iron sharpens iron, or steel sharpens steel. That's how I was looking at it, like we could be men trading ideas, learning, and, you know, just being what I think is a family. So during this time, I said, man, I got a nice little house. I was married at the time. We should all come together and do something. Like, man, set it up, set it up. I'm like, I set it up. Then we can, you know, kick it at my house after. Big house, y'all can spend the night, whatever. So we decided to go out. I'm like, let's go out. Let's go bowling. Let's go bowling. That's the thing, you know. Donnie the oldest. I'm the youngest. And our cousin Greg, right there in the middle, that nigga is the funniest nigga. Look, Greg used to be the funniest guy in the world to me. Like, that's all of my comp. Donnie had everything else. Greg was the funny one. When I think of funny, when people had like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy as their top comedian, Greg was my top comedian. So we get over there and we gonna go bowling. Let's go bowling. You know, Donnie a little older. He ain't trying to go hooping nothing like that. Greg played football, but he ain't really hooping like that. It's only me and my nephew real competitive with the basketball. And before we get to the bowling, you know, it's like a game room. So it's a game room. They like, oh, let's go shoot. Donnie was the one that got everybody, all the men that play basketball in our family. It come from Donnie. Y'all could think it come from me. Y'all could think it come from King. Because of Donnie, me. Because of me, King. We see the little basketball thing, we going at it. King, he the new jump shot king of the family. Like, Donnie was the jump shot king. Donnie jump shot wet. Like, you let Donnie warm up, Donnie gonna knock some shots down. We all having a good time. So then, we see the little, you know, the machine where you punch it, wow, and go up, tell you how many pounds of pressure that punch had in it. Machismo things, if you will, you know, like Martin used to say, it's a man thing. It's a man thing. Cousin Greg, yeah, I swiped the little card. Yeah. Greg over there threw the craziest baseball punch, loaded it up. It was like 846 pounds of pressure. My nephew King, go over there. He load up. 860 something pounds of pressure. Okay. So I say, this is what y'all not understanding. In a fight, nobody's going to sit there and let you load up and throw your strongest punch. You got to know how to punch. So I go over there. Just throw a quick right. Bah! Right? So I throw the punch. 820 something pounds of pressure. Now I'm over there talking shit. I'm like, imagine if I would have loaded up like that and y'all bigger than me, because my cousin Greg and King, they're bigger than me. So I'm like, I shouldn't be that close with a straight right. If you throwing this, then we talking, you know, machismo stuff, talking our man stuff. So Donnie say, let me get in up on that. Let me get in on that. I want to say this first about my cousin Donnie. Donnie has never had a fight in his life. I found that out talking to him years ago. Donnie said he never had a fight in his life. You know what we grew up at? Do you know how cool of a guy you got to be and how people around you got to fuck with you that you don't ever have a single fight coming up in your hood? That's crazy. And I had over 100 of them. Donnie ain't had one fight. So I swiped the card. We back to the game room. I swiped the card. Donnie, he stand. I didn't even know he's finna throw the punch. Usually when you see somebody about to throw a punch, you see him getting they stand. I was like, oh, he about to throw one. You gotta watch out. So Donnie looked like he was just going back. And then Donnie just start going forward. I said, what the fuck Donnie doing, dancing? I said, is Donnie dancing? I ain't never seen Donnie dance before, ever. I had never seen Donnie dance. So I'm like, what is Donnie doing? Because he kind of leaned, he went back like this. And he kind of hopped. Dude, I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Donnie hot back. Then Donnie hot forward. And he threw it in his hand. Look, the way Donnie's hand went, you know how you punch something. Bow. That's how you punch, right? You hit it. Donnie's hand didn't hit it. Donnie's hand said, basically the back of his wrist. Barely hit it, but he hit it. To the front. I'm standing there watching all of that shit. I told y'all when violence around, everything slow down for me. I can see every integral detail. So he throws his punch. Wow. And we standing there.
So I'm like, let me just look at this machine and see what this machine goes. See, that shit said 71. I fell out. Not because he threw 71. We know that wasn't the clean punch. It was just the bush. Why did you throw that punch like that? I love that nigga, man. He the old man. He getting old, man. That shit is just funny, though. Plus, he never had a fight. And that shit crazy. That motherfucker 71. You get 800 and, what was it? 840 something Greg. 860 something King. 820 something Q. That nigga threw his 71. We had somebody else with us. He was like, I ain't even finna embarrass myself. Just the machismo thing. It's fun, though. It's fun. But I love to get Donnie shit. It's the way I show love. It could be from trauma. You never know. Just how we grew up. And I know I grew up a little differently. He wasn't around all the time. But when he was around, his presence was felt. And I'm not talking like he dead or nothing. This is how I want him to know how I feel about him. Like, how important. When I say importance of a role model, he was my archetype to try to learn from. And I learned all the stuff I do. I learned that from Donnie. Donnie was my hero. Donnie was my role model. So I get Donnie shit because it's one of the only ways I know how to show love. If you heard Do You Fear Intimacy, you understand the concept. You know how that fear can change you into the things that you become. You could be hurt so much in a place that your only way of knowing how to experience whatever the dynamic was in which you experienced that pain, you only knew how to reflect it. So when you reflect it, it's a projection. You're showing who you are. But Donnie was everything. He wasn't around that much, but he was everything because when he came around, his presence was so felt. To show you what I mean, I hadn't seen Donnie in years. It was a bunch of years. He didn't even know it was a bunch of years, but his absence was always felt. So I had braids twice. He didn't even know I had braids twice. So that's how he figured out, like, damn, it was a lot of years. You had braids 2 times, so you grew your hair. Had it braid, was braided, didn't have braids, decided one day I should grow my hair again, grew it, had braids, and you ain't talked to me one time, not see me or nothing? I'm like, no, not one time, Donnie. And he don't know all the things I went through because of that. Those are the stories that make story time with Q most of the time. But one day he come around. I'm like 12 or 13. I think I was 13. And things weren't going well, like in my life or whatever. Financially. Well, we was poor. You already knew we was poor. I'm just older now, and it becomes a bigger issue the older you get when you just poor. Not poor, when you poor. And Donnie just came around, and I'm still, I'm a little older. I'm Donnie. So I can't come spend the night, bro. Come on, bro. Let your little bro come spend the time with big bro. I'm still the same person. I'm still on the inside. You still that same person. Donnie. I'm still that person. I'm just older now, and it's the way I choose to express myself. Like, Donnie, can I come, spend the night, man? It's up to you. It don't matter. He was like, yeah. And he ain't give me no fight. He ain't give me no pushback. Normally, when you want to spend the night with Donnie, you got to hear a speech. Donnie gonna give you. That's why I talk so long, because Donnie gonna give you a long speech about life, and then he give you your yes. So you be like, Donnie, can I get $10? Well, let me tell you something. If you ever had $10 and you don't have it, that means you ain't saving. See, you got to learn how to manage your money better. If you don't manage your money better, your life ain't going to get better. And if your life ain't going to get better, you're going to be in the same predicament you've been in. Do you still want to be there? No, I see you don't. So don't make the same mistakes you sit here, do that whole speech, and he be like, well, here go to $10. That's who Donnie is. Even when he's scolding you, he still does it from a place of love. You never felt like Donnie hated you. You felt like if he had to say something negative to you about you, it's because you're not doing something. And even when you're not doing something, he's going to still do it from a place of love. So he said, yeah, I can come spend the night with him. And I think he knew. I think he looked at me and probably could tell. Now that I'm older, I can look back and be like, he probably seen I wasn't doing good and wanted to just give me a little escape because I couldn't go to grandma's house anymore. So we in the car, we driving, and my shoes stink. Like I know my shoes stink. And I'm so embarrassed because when you're sitting in the car, you can smell it. You like, damn, I know he smell. Because if I smell this shit like that, I know he smell this shit. Donnie didn't have his own place. Donnie is a kid. Donnie is, I ain't gonna say the number of years he is older than me because I ain't gonna put him out there like that. But he's older than me, but he's still of my generation. You see, he's a nice reach. He's the furthest reach in all of the siblings. He's the oldest. And he doesn't have his own place. He's living with someone. You know, we look at Donnie like Donnie rich, but nobody's paying attention to the fact that he has to live with grandma. He had to live with us. He had to live, I ain't gonna bring that person's name up because I don't know him like that, but he had to live with them. While we looking like, man, Donnie rich. Man, I asked Donnie for $20. He ain't want to give it to him. I said people gossip about Donnie and say he was stingy. Like he's not he's not your man. He's not your father. He's your cousin. Your cousin that you probably talk mess about and just call him darkness with no love with it, because he won't take care of responsibilities that other people didn't take care of themselves. Because I used to hear what Donnie didn't tell y'all. I used to hear what Donnie didn't say when he already said he had to help you. He gave you the long speech and he's still making the same mistakes. He's still doing the same thing. Now he's going to give you the speech, but he's still going to help. And he wish he can help more, while the way that he's being perceived in some cases, in certain moments, not saying all the time, but in certain moments where someone's wants become more important than a loved one. So while he wishing he can do more but can't do that much, because it's not like he got his own place, it's not like he's really rich. That's just our perception of him. And he wants to help with no look for a praise because of it. Donnie wasn't looking for a thank you. Some about him said, if I can help, why won't I help? And while he was living with somebody else, we drive, and I don't know what financial issues Donnie had to go through. Grandma left. Grandma's house is not there no more. He don't have that. He had to figure it out. From what he told me, he didn't find out that grandma was gonna be gone until he pulled up and saw a moving truck. And he has to figure all that out. But the perception of him still hasn't changed. But when I'm around, I was that ear where Donnie would just vent. I wouldn't interrupt him. I would literally listen to him. Still remember those vents of how he really feel. Well, in a Donnie way of how he really feel. Donnie don't really show emotions like that. He's so stoic. He's strong. Now people may look and be like, man, Donnie don't be fighting like that. Donnie has a strength that you don't understand. You don't understand what it is. Everything has a reflection. You can be very strong because you can beat somebody up. But you can be very weak where somebody could hurt your feelings and your only way to react is to lash out and hit them. What if you were strong in that place? You were so strong in that place that you didn't have to show it in physical confrontation. But I do tell people that I believe that fighting is a physical display of ignorance, because at some point we didn't understand each other. And because of that lack of understanding, the only way we chose to resolve it was through violence. But that emotional toughness and that physical toughness, one isn't greater than the other. They're reflections of each other. They affect each other. But Donnie was strong where he can sit there and take it emotionally. Be strong enough in that place that he doesn't lash out on you like you may lash out on him in that same moment, because he may see your weakness. Donnie like Jesus. Remember I told y'all I'm like Jesus? I told you your physical, your corporeal form is just like the Jesus character from the Bible, just like Mithra, Dionysus, Horus, Krishna, Buddha, whoever you choose to believe in. The messenger, you're the representation of the messenger, and you make sacrifices for others. And sometimes somebody may make a sacrifice in a third dimension where it's easy to see, like, oh, I spent this money that I really didn't have and I gave it to you. You can see that. But imagine what you can't see emotionally that they have to go through. That means they have to say, fuck how I would feel, and put your feelings in front of that. Despite the pain I'm going to go through, the lack of I'm going to have, I'm going to give it to you. That's a sacrifice. How is that anything other than a Messiah-like being to sacrifice for somebody? Not for yourself, just because you love them so much. I told y'all the God I believe in and God y'all might believe in might be a little different. But Donnie would be there to help protect your emotions. He would help you externally, but he was always there trying to get you consciously, emotionally, help you in that place that he know you needed. Because once that get healed, your actions are changed. Donnie was very strong and selfless in that regard. So we driving in a car, my shoes stink. He don't say anything. He don't even make a facial expression like, He's like, boy, you all right? Something, everything all right? I'm like, yeah. And we was going to where he was staying because I was going to go spend the weekend. And we're driving and he just make this subtle turn and go into this mall. I think it was a J.C. Penney. But we get there, Donnie, what size you wear? I'm like 9.5. And he grabbed me these white Nikes off the wall. Because he's going around trying to grab a bunch of ugly stuff. And these white Nikes, they's $59.97. I still remember the price. He was like, you like these? I'm like, yeah. He's like, hold on, first try it on. My shoes stink. Imagine what my socks smell like. So they said I couldn't put those nasty socks in their shoes. They was like, he can't try this on with them socks on. No. So Donnie, like, what? It's all right. It's like, come on. He's like, look, he grabbed one of them little Nike bags of socks. He busted open. He's like, I'll buy this too. Put these socks on and try the shoes on and tell me how they fit. Like, I remember wanting to cry. But I gotta, keep it together. Donnie's so stoic. I learned it from watching him. He was like, you like them? They cool? He was like, hey, you can wear them out. He's like, I'm gonna put these in this box. The dirty, stinky shoes. But those shoes that was stinking, they have a kind of sad story to them too. Not really sad. Another moment of selflessness where someone did something for me. But my other shoes before those was stinking so bad that we was outside and one of the quote unquote gangbangers took his shoes off and gave me his. But Donnie give me the shoes, leave out. He put the shoes in the little box. I was like, damn, Donnie, thanks so much. He's like, man, no. He's like, don't even worry about it, man. He's like, think of it like a birthday. I missed all them birthdays, like think of it like a birthday. Those shoes meant so much to me. Because I looked at it like, not only is he going through what he's going through, he's still taking on that responsibility to be there when I know he doesn't have to. The real guy that was supposed to be around, he chose not to be. So I know that's an option that a man can choose. But this young man, my hero, my celebrity, my role model, I'll be there when I can. He ain't gonna always be there, but when he can, he gonna be there. And he saw an opportunity where he could do something, and he did it. And he didn't even want me to feel sad about it. People, Donnie's the only person that has an infinite past with me. I cut people off, so everything has a reflection. So if you play with my peace, I'm gonna defend it at all costs. And because of the way I believe, and because watching Donnie, and I try to do it the best way I can, I'm going to find a way to just get rid of the problem. So if we can't see eye to eye, if you trying to hijack my peace and my ability to get through what I know I got to go through, I have to get rid of that. So I cut people off. You do something too shady? No. Man, I can't believe this did this to me. That's my this. How you deal with it? I don't. There's no hate in it. There's no animosity in it. There's no malice. I don't even feel vindictive. I don't even feel anger. I used to. It's just, hey, I just gotta, like I should do a whole episode about it, but how do you learn how to protect yourself when you were never protected?
So I'm watching Donnie get me these shoes, and I know he smelled them. He just never said anything. And they gonna put them in the box like they ain't gonna stink. Boy, throw them shoes somewhere far away. Before we got in the car, I was smelling. I smelled them all the time in the house. Wait till they just sit. But those shoes meant the world to me, because I was at a point in my life that nobody knew. Nobody knew. I was just going through it. I was at a point I was just done. I was tired. I was exhausted of this realm of existence. I was exhausted. Because I just felt like nobody's going to help me. I'm going to keep having to figure this stuff out. And it's like, if this is life, man, I was like, I gotta become something. Because it was either give up or become something. You know, I say fear of faith is always your choice. Either fear that life will continue this way, or have faith that if it can be this fucked up, it can get better. And do all the work I can to get to it. My goals were simple. Just never want to be hungry or homeless again. And I'm going through all this, haven't seen Donnie. Because I know if Donnie knew about this, Donnie would do something. But I wouldn't put Donnie in that situation. I wouldn't put Donnie in that situation where he looks at me and say, I gotta help. And he put himself like, man, I could just work a little extra overtime. Make sure you can eat. You should never go without eating. Hell no. I'll make it so you can come stay with me. Like, I know Donnie. Even if he didn't love me as much as I loved him for what he did, and he just did it out of sense of duty. If it wasn't this fictitious love or this fairy tale love that people expect from like their parents and siblings and this amazing life you have together. Even if it wasn't from that place and it was just from the actions he took, the actions alone mean so much to me that it feels like it came from that place. It made me feel like if Donnie could be here, there's probably somebody else out here like that. And you ain't gonna find too many Donnies. I ain't found another Donnie. Not another Donnie. That motherfucker is amazing. Donnie, you are amazing. But that shit, that shoe shit and what I was going through, thank you wasn't enough. And he ain't even want that. Thank you was never enough. That shit meant so much to me. And we was driving, I told him, he said something. He was like, man, why you ain't tell me how bad it was? And I told him, I said, man, I would never do that to you. I said, I would never tell you about it, nor would I even ask you to let me live with you. Because I know what that burden could be. And I understand that you would be trying to do something and I become a burden. So I would never ask you for that. I would have never did that to you. Because what he did was enough. Because of his tutelage, I was able to survive a lot of those situations. I understood the concept that you can do something for a motherfucker and they still don't value it. They still don't, because they don't know what you go through. They don't understand the sacrifices you made. Only thing they see is what they don't get from you. Donnie got to do this shit himself. Donnie get up at 6 a.m. every day and get back at 10 p.m. Do that shit 5 days a week. Just to hope that, man, going to college and working, that'll give me some money now and it's going to help me keep money later. Just off the hope. Save. Rainy day. Hope. Donnie could have ran for president. He ran off hope and gave us something to watch and follow. He ain't had to give me them shoes, man. He didn't have to give me those shoes. And he got it from and socks. And you know what's crazy? Right after that. The next time Donnie could let me spend the night, right? My shoes didn't stink this time. You know I was hustling. Hustling legally. Legally hustling. Don't stereotype me. What's wrong with you? So anyway. So I'm working as a little kid I am. But getting older. I see Donnie again. Not too long after this. And I say, man, Donnie, can I come, school, I come spend the night? Man, like, I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm trying to kick it with you. I'm older now, so I got to ask. I can't go, Donnie. So he's like, oh, yeah, cool. Man, we drove, we talked. Donnie did most of the talking. Oh, y'all think I talk a long time. Y'all think I talk? Wait, talk to Donnie. I talk to you. Look, I ain't talked to Donnie for like 3 years when I was going through the divorce, which he still don't believe I'm divorced. Donnie, I am divorced. It's crazy. So I ain't talked to Donnie in like 2-3 years. I called him not too long ago. He picked up from the conversation we left off at. I'd be like, I digress. And I come back to the story. Donnie can digress for 3 years and come right back to that motherfucking story. Donnie, hey, try a podcast, Donnie. You may like it. Do some audio shit or something. Maybe come on my podcast. We might see what happens. But
I get over there, and now he got his own apartment. To me, I'm like, man, look at Donnie, just still rich and shit, still rich. He got richer. I was bragging to kids. I ain't know any better. It's my hero. So we get over there, and this one he had a new, let's say, X-video stash. I found that. I was old. I was still inquisitive. I'm still inquisitive now. I like to learn shit. So anyway, so I found that. And he kind of like, I think he left that for me right there. He was like, you older now. And I ain't had no access. That nigga got it. Pop, pop. I still remember the video. But that's neither here nor there. So middle of the night, I get what I got to get. Okay? Judge me all you want. I was a child with testosterone. And I ain't seen them videos. I heard about them. I had one friend. We went, like, this is how we had to get our X videos. Y'all just go to y'all phone. Y'all don't understand the struggle. Dude, it was Sears magazines or somebody that knew your mama. This is how it was for me. Somebody that knew your mama was nasty and they had them Playboys. And that'd be going. Don't go. Hey, don't blame me. Go watch your kids. See what they doing. Don't judge me for what I did when I was a little deity. I was learning. Anyway, so next morning, get up. I ain't like, man, how you sleep? And I slept like a baby. You understand me? Because that video you had over there, I liked it. So we just talking. He's like, oh yeah, man, go take a shower and then we gonna head out. All right, cool. I told y'all I was po, right? So I hadn't taken a shower before. I got in the bathtub, never took a shower. I figured out, the mechanisms, because we take baths, you lift the little thing up and that makes, no, okay. So I was trying to figure out how to get the water to stop, but I figured out how to lift it up because I was lifting up the other thing that's like from the sink and it closed the drain so the water can't go down. So that's what I thought that was because I hadn't taken a shower before. I didn't know you can, lift that thing up top. I was like, oh, but I don't have the water running, so I don't understand how the shower go. So I said, Donnie, I don't know how your shower work. He said, what? I said, man, I don't know how your shower work. I think something wrong with your shower. So he come in there, he do the shit. I'm like, oh, that's how you make a shower. Come on, that's it. I said, okay, I got this. I said, the water about to trickle down. I said, it's gonna be cool. I said, you got some Dial soap? Yeah, some Dial soap. I go in there and take my shower. I'm in there getting it. Oh, I ain't never experienced this. You know what a shower felt like for the first time? Do you remember your first shower? With the good, I'm talking about the steam, hot water coming down. I ain't come up with hot water like that. So, you got the hot water. You ain't even started soaping yourself yet. You was enjoying the shower. You having a real good time. So I take the shower, get out. The flow soaking wet. Soaking wet. Oh my God. Now, another thing, because I didn't take a shower, you're supposed to put the shower liner inside the tub. So the shower curtain go outside. So now I was poor. I didn't take showers, but I knew what the fuck a shower curtain was. I knew what that was. It was that liner bullshit. That's what the fuck. That was new to me. I said, what is this? I didn't know the name of it. He told me what it was after the fact. So I'm like, oh, it's like a shower curtain, I guess. So I'm like, but you take a shower. I'm like, when you take a bath, the curtain is outside the tub, right? Don't just make logical sense. Think about it. You gotta think about this. I never took a shower before. So when you take a bath, where does the shower curtain go? Outside the tub. So me and my little inquisitive thinking I'm figuring out some stuff mine, I say, oh, when you take a shower, you put it inside the tub. That's what I came up with. And I fucked up that shower curtain and I fucked up that flow. I was so embarrassed because I knew that this was all because I didn't take showers. And like now I got to tell them like, I don't take showers, right? So how the fuck I supposed to know? That was very embarrassing. And I didn't want to tell them. So Donnie goes into the bathroom after me. He said, boy, what you do? I said, what happened? And he saw it in my face. This is what I believe to this day. And Donnie, you can let me know if I'm wrong. But when he sees my face after he calls, he said, boy, what you do? So I come in the bathroom, what? Because I know it's water all over the floor. I'm embarrassed. Donnie just let me come over here, giving me an escape. And this is what the fuck I do? I was embarrassed. I said, what the fuck you do? I'm like, I just took a shower.
And I look at him. I saw his face change. And I think he saw it in me. He said, this boy ain't never took a shower before. He didn't understand how the fuck to put the shower curtain and the shower liner in and out. He didn't know none of this shit. He never experienced it. So I could be mad at him because my floor wet, my curtain ruined. Or I can just not make him feel bad about something he had no information, no knowledge about. He was ignorant to it. Why would I judge him for his ignorance? And I could see it's bothering. I'm gonna make him feel okay about it. Boy, your ass in here steamed up the whole shower, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Boy, your ass up here scrubbing. No, he's scrubbing. Like he's making jokes and everything. Because at first he was serious. Like, why the fuck you just fuck up the floor and my curtain and shit like that? Like, what the fuck you doing? And I think he saw my ignorance. That's what I think really happened. I think he saw my ignorance. And whether he loved me that much enough or not, or he was just doing the action, that shit mean the world to me. I get Donnie shit. Donnie, the oldest. Donnie's hero was my role model. I know I'm beyond that now, but hey, he held that title. I don't become the man I am, good and bad. I ain't blaming him for the bad. It definitely wasn't him. It was my experiences for the bad. But the good traits within my bad, those are because of Donnie. Because it would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Donnie. I tell you that to tell you this. You may have somebody in your life. They might not be to the level of Donnie. Like I said, ain't no other Donnies. I ain't never met another Donnie. But you might got somebody that's Donnie-ish in your life. Like you might got somebody that's like Donnie-ish. Appreciate them. That's it. Because you only got today. Tomorrow never get here. And what if the tomorrow you trying to get to, one day that person is not in today with you? So all the things that you wanted to say, all the things you wanted to thank them for, you can't tell them. This is why I tell you, you are a God. You're the only you. And if you don't believe in a deity, a God, your physical form, your worth, you're $100 billion diamond. You're strong. You made it through some dirt, but you're strong. The right pressure, they say pressure busts pipes, but in my case, it make diamonds. I think we all got that capability. I think it's a bunch of diamonds walking around right now. I'm talking to you. You part of the conscious collective. I know you a diamond. So with that type of worth, why wouldn't you being a God, not the God, not God, G-O-D, God. I ain't saying you God. I'm saying you're a part of it. Your value is much higher than I think that you're viewing yourself. Some people view themselves and they ain't even start guiding, but that's a whole nother thing. If you are a God, why don't you deserve praise? Especially when you God. Did they praise Jesus before he got on the cross or till he got put on the cross and came up and rose again? The sacrifice they made. God came down in man form. I told you, your consciousness is God. Your corporeal form is the Messiah-like being. Not only do they have to die for their sins, they choose to die for yours. So we all gonna die for our sins. But imagine when someone has a choice to make. Because just like in the story of Jesus from the Bible, it's a point in there. I don't know if y'all read the book, but it's a point in there where the Jesus character from the Bible goes and tells God, take it back. It's too much. He was saying like, oh, no, I can't do all this. No, you tripping now. No, I'm good. Can somebody else do it? Can somebody else do it? And still make the choice. Whether you think he's the son of God or whatever, just think of the story. Whatever story you're looking at, look at it as reflective as you. So imagine when somebody goes through and makes a sacrifice for you. You don't think that God deserves some praise for the sacrifice they made? So you can have your books and tell me how this person did this for you and you ain't never met him. I met Donnie. He was my superhero. He was my celebrity. He was my role model. When you have somebody that valuable in your life, that valuable to you, and you got today, tell them. Pay homage to them. I think they say the greatest form of flattery is imitation. I think that's what they say. Do something they taught you. Do something you learn from watching them do it. So for my today, on his birthday, I chose to Tell him. I've told him a few times. Don't think I haven't told him. I've told him in those conversations. I made sure I told him. But I love you, Donnie. I do, man. If everybody else that's watching, I love my cousin Donnie. That's my hero, my celebrity, my role model. So when I watched his sacrifice, I watched his strength. When that motherfucker threw that punch and it only hit 71, I said, what the hell is you doing, Donnie? You fucking up visions. I'm just fucking with you. I love you, big cuzzo. Love my cousin Donnie, but the whole reason I did this episode was about him. And like I said in the beginning, I took my do-rag off. You know why I did this? Because Donnie was the one that was always with the wave. Donnie was the one, how's your wave game? Donnie kept a do-rag on. And y'all see his influence still on me? The desire for knowledge. When I do these episodes, I'm giving y'all this information, all these things I studied, got it from Donnie. Take my do-rag off because Donnie always flicking with the 360s. It's Donnie thing. So I wear the do-rag because of him. And I took it off this episode because of him. Because he's my role model. And I appreciate it. But unless it's something positive, don't let your past bully your present into becoming your future. Because what they call pure is tampered with. The cure can't answer it. You're lost in the world looking for answers that's answerless.
We're about to have some fun, y'all.
Look, man, the show finna change, y'all. Spoon fed long enough, now it's game on. Flame on, Johnny Storm with his napalm. Stay calm, yeah, strong, but it ain't on. Excuse me, but there's power in the question. You'll see that the power's in your essence. Confuse me, but I found it impressive. I constantly responded and found a reflection. Is also reflective. Now tell me what is info. Disregard, you don't know what your info. Start saying you a god playing limbo. That shit I had you at odds with your kinfolk. You telling me it came from God cause I'm in rote. Forgive me, but it's hard to compress all his knowledge of self and astonishing in post to invoke. I'm a god that's within quotes. I've been dope and my conscience a big hope. Accuse me if you think that I'm wrong when I speak with my balls, but this is his show. But this is his show.